Oh, this is on, perfect. How are we doing tonight, everyone? I'm Cooper, and today I really wanted to start this out with a story. It was the fall of my freshman year, and my buddy Adam and I were getting really bored of sitting in our college lectures. We had the urge to create something, we just weren't quite sure what. So one night, we were sitting in our dorm room, and we decided we're gonna create an ad agency. We're gonna help small local businesses with their branding, except there was one problem. We were two 18-year-olds with no experience, no portfolio, and realistically, nothing in our name. Why was anybody gonna trust us? We hadn't built a thing. So this got us wondering, how do we get people to trust us? Our solution was to create our own brand to first use as a case study. We wanted to make it simple, we wanted to make it low cost, and we wanted to make it easy to grow. The goal wasn't to make money, the goal was more so to prove that we could build something from scratch. We ran through all the usual ideas. We went from hoodies, stickers, random merchandise, but nothing really stuck. Then one day, I had gotten a one-word text from my co-founder, Adam. It just read, "Flags?" ? It was stupid, but nobody else was really doing it. It was stupid enough that it might just work. So we scraped together $500, we picked a few designs, and we found some manufacturers overseas, and then we placed our first order. A couple weeks later, 100 flags showed up at our dorm room, and we were officially in business. Except we weren't, because now we had another problem. How do we actually sell these things? We had built a website and hit publish, and nobody came. We needed to find a way to get the word out. Our flags were designed specifically for college students, so I did what any logical person would do. I did everything at once. I posted relentlessly on social media. I told all of my friends and family. We even made a Tinder profile for the brand. It didn't go well. It sort of set the tone for a lot of our early marketing efforts. They were chaotic, they were creative, and they were wildly ineffective. But regardless, we kept trying. We tested ideas, we failed fast, and we failed often, and figured things out as we went. We found out that approximately every 1 in 5 ideas worked. So, if we wanted 3 good marketing channels, all we had to do was try 15 different ideas. Fast forward 2 years, and that practice brand, the one we started just to prove that we could, it turned into our real brand. Today, that company, Flagaholics, has decorated over 15,000 walls across the country and done more than $300,000 in revenue, and we built it all out of our dorm room. And that's the thing though. At the end of the day, we failed to start a marketing agency. We weren't even close. However, that failure became the best thing that ever happened to us. And that's exactly why I'm here to talk with you today. To talk with you about why you guys should fail more. We're conditioned to see failure as something to be avoided, as each mistake chips away at our worth, our credibility, and our chances of success. But what if that's the wrong way to think about it? What if failure isn't the thing holding us back, but it's the very thing that propels us forward? If you only ever stick to what you know, if you only pursue the things you're already good at, then your creative and intellectual worlds are going to stay small. But when you take on challenges that stretch you, challenges where failure is not only possible, but probable, you open yourself up to entirely new ways of thinking. You gain insights that you never would have had otherwise. It's not just me though. There's a science to failing your way to genius, and it's backed by years and years of research. Dean Keith Simonton, a psychologist at UC Davis, spent years studying some of history's most creative and influential minds. And what he found was fascinating. The people that we think of as geniuses aren't necessarily more talented or brilliant than their peers, they simply produced more work. And because they produced more work, they naturally experienced more failures. All, however, more successes. Simonton's research shows that the most successful people aren't the ones who avoid failure, they're the ones who engage in so much experimentation that failure becomes inevitable. But through that sheer volume of work, they also create opportunities for breakthroughs. This is where so many of us get stuck. We want to succeed, but we also want to get it right the first time. We want to create something brilliant without creating 100 things that aren't. We want certainty before we act, but certainty only comes after we've tried, we've failed, and we've learned. The biggest mistake that we can make, in my opinion, is waiting until we feel ready. If I had waited until I felt like I knew what I was doing, I never would have started my business. If I had waited until I felt qualified to give this TED Talk, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And just in case it wasn't abundantly obvious, I quite literally failed at memorizing this talk. I can almost guarantee you that there's something in your life right now, some dream, some goal, some nagging idea that you just can't quite shake, that you're hesitating to pursue because you don't feel ready yet. So take it from me. If you fail, you're going to gain experience. If you fail spectacularly, you're going to have a great story. And if you fail enough, if you keep showing up, if you keep experimenting, and if you keep learning, then success isn't a matter of if, but when. I'm Cooper Caiozzo. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.